Boy, there is a lot going on at this hour, including President Trump attacking social media companies. We're glad you're with us this afternoon. I'm Greg Copeland.
I'm Jessica Janner Castro. We're also following money news. When it comes to unemployment claims, there is a drastic drop and a shocking reason why. But we begin with a major county reopen for business. People are wining and dining tonight in Thurston County. There are strict rules in place, especially when it comes to wearing masks. And as our Drew Mickelson found out, not only are people confused, it won't really be enforced anyway. So Drew, can you explain all this?
I'll try, Jessica. First of all, it is a gorgeous day here in Olympia. Here at Capitol Lake Park, we're seeing a lot of walkers and runners and bicyclists and picnickers, but not a lot of masks. And the health department here is using strong wording in this mandate, demanding mask use in public. But just like up in King County, police here in Thurston County won't be citing or ticketing anyone who's not wearing a mask. The directive issued last night is the same as in King County. Citizens, quote, must wear face coverings when they enter public businesses and when they're out in public areas and come within 6 feet of someone they don't live with. The health department says police will not be out enforcing the order, but may educate the public about the directive and the rules, and they are going to strongly encourage folks to wear those masks. Just yesterday, Thurston County entered phase 2, allowing barbershops and restaurants to reopen with new guidelines. It's safe to say, though, some folks were confused about all the changes and the new mask rule.
I thought we were opening up. They present more laws, more restrictions. It's absurd.
They're hot. Is that weird to say? They're hot to wear. I don't know. Yeah, I don't like wearing them because they're hot, but I don't know how everyone else feels about it. But yeah, if it spreads disease, of course I'd wear a mask.
So you'll see these people out here under the umbrella. As long as they are from the same household, they're fine under the directive. Otherwise, they need to be wearing masks. The health department says the masks obviously can be taken off to eat and drink. Young children don't have to wear them, and neither do folks with certain disabilities. Live in Olympia, Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.
All right, Drew, thank you. Kitsap and Clallam counties are now in phase 2, and that brings the total to 26 of the state's 39 counties. Well, just days after saying it was not ready to move into phase 2, Snohomish County doesn't about face. It's now ready to challenge the governor's rules to reopen. In fact, many wonder why our state is so strict compared to others. King 5's Eric Wilkinson joins us now, and that's exactly what he asked the governor just moments ago. Eric?
Well, we gave it a shot anyway, I'll tell you that. The sticking point here is the numbers of new cases. The governor wants one number, the counties want a different number, and some other states that we're partnered with, now they're starting to relax their numbers. Let's give you a look at some of these numbers. In California, they recently relaxed their new case criteria to fewer than 25 new cases per 100,000 people over a 2-week period. Here in Washington, a partner with California in that reopening process, the number is much more strict at just 10 new cases per 100,000 residents. Here in Snohomish County, officials say they have met almost all of those criteria for phase 2, but the number of cases is still about 5 times what the state wants. Snohomish County health officials indicated earlier this week that they might ask the governor to let them move to phase 2 without meeting those specific requirements, and it looks like they will do that tomorrow. We wanted to ask the governor about loosening the restrictions today, but he didn't get to our question. He did, however, say there is no process for Snohomish County to move forward just yet.
Yeah, in regard to Snohomish, under the current order, there is not a procedure for that. But in the next few days, we will have more decisions about June 1 and where we go from here. And I think some of that will be responsive to some of the concerns that some of the folks in Snohomish County have. We've had good talks with their leadership as recently as last night or night before last. So I think there'll probably be some pleased folks to some degree.
So not great news here in Snohomish County just yet, but they are moving forward. We will, coming up at 5 o'clock, we will hear from the county health officer and what he thinks about all of this. We'll send it back to you.
Right, Eric, thank you. The governor today also announced new safety standards for agricultural workers. These guidelines will impact nearly everyone involved in the industry.
This proclamation is going to protect workers in the fields, in packing houses for fruit and vegetables, and on employer-provided transportation. These requirements
guidelines, workers will typically live and bus together in small cohorts. They will stay in these groups, and employers must also provide 4 times the number of hand washing stations. They'll also need to provide clean masks at no cost to those workers. The House has approved bipartisan legislation to modify a new paycheck protection program. It would help businesses and also extend the life of the program as the economy continues to struggle. It now goes to the Senate, where passage is likely next week. An emergency room doctor is suing his hospital for wrongful termination. Dr. Ming Lin worked at Peace Health St. Joseph Medical Center in Bellingham. He had publicly criticized the hospital, claiming they had been slow to react to the coronavirus outbreak. Lin worked at the hospital for 17 years.